Hello, Lorelai. Nice to see you today. It looks like you have some stuff on your mind today.
Well, as you know, the holidays are coming up. So that's Thanksgiving, that's Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's me and my husband's first wedding anniversary. So, I want it to be special, but it's just like I'm so torn because I don't agree with what his parents do, and that causes some, family tension.
Okay, could you maybe go into some more detail about that and the dynamic between you, and if that has like changed at all?
Well, for starters, let's just say my husband's family are just, we're so different because we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just adding so much stress on me in the holidays, and I feel alone because I feel I'm supposed to be part of this family, but I'm also isolated at the same time, and it's just like should I even go anymore? Because it's like, what's the point of going if I can't even talk to my own family about how I feel?
I'm really sorry you feel that way. Maybe you could try to talk to your in-laws about some of these differences and maybe get your husband's point of view from this perspective.
I've tried that on multiple occasions. I will say that I've tried it. But they're just this like yuppie family, and they look down on, people who don't do things their
Mm-hmm.
way, or, if they're done correctly. So it's really difficult to even have a candid conversation with them. Because if it's not done their way, it doesn't matter and it's thrown out the window.
Yeah, I know that dealing with the in-laws is hard, especially
Hmm.
around the holiday season, and it's not a very easy predicament to be in right now because it is your first holiday as a married couple, and you want to please your in-laws because it is somewhat a first impression on how the rest of the holidays are gonna unfold as your marriage progresses.
And what's funny is that I was actually from a wealthy family too. So, and I don't even fit into their lifestyle. And Logan's family is rich too, so they're pretty wealthy on their own. But now, then more than ever, I feel even more left out because I didn't
Yeah.
even fit in with my own family, and now I don't even fit in with their family. So where does this leave me?
Yeah, that's a very tough situation, it sounds like. That feeling that you don't fit in
Mm-hmm.
is very hard, and knowing that you can't really talk to anybody because um, you feel like you don't fit in, and by feeling that way, it's just making you feel more and more down about yourself because you're not fitting in
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to talk to your in laws about your past with the wealthy side and how you don't how you didn't mesh in that society, and now that you married into it you have to deal with it all over again because
Exactly.
yeah.
And it's even more frustrating for me because I understand that Logan's trying to make me feel better
Hmm.
by comforting me. But the point is, when I actually try to, express how I feel candidly, about his family, he actually goes and tells his mom about it. So then there's that, added tension
Hmm.
to, because then she talks to me about it. And, now not only does do I not think that I can trust my husband, but who is there for me?
Yeah. Have you ever tried talking to your mother-in-law one-on-one to try to put these differences aside for the sake of the family and the holidays coming up?
I mean, I have tried multiple times, but she's always brushed the conversation off like, "Oh, it's not the right time," or,
Hmm.
"What, it's not a big issue, don't worry about it." But she always brushes it off and nothing is resolved because there's communication, like I said, because to them, if it's not their way, it's the highway. So, am I really a part of this family?
Yeah, sounds like they're not letting you in, and could you maybe go into some detail about how you and your mother-in-law disagree about the holidays?
Well, let me think of a story. Well, my mother in law throws a Christmas party every year, okay? So
Hmm.
this Christmas party is over the top, you know? All the wealth is brought up, the whole society is there, and, people, they book these things a month in advance, and I was never able to go to this party prior to getting married because I never myself had gone to one of these social societal
Hmm.
affairs. Um, but it happened the same night that I was invited to another one. And when I first heard about the party, I was actually quite nervous, and I never really feel nervous. So that was a weird feeling to have. But I will not be attending this year. No, not after, how you're treated. You're supposed to be part of this family, but you're actually just like an outsider watching from the inside, from the outside. So there's no regards to who I am. Who am I, Logan's wife, or am I just someone who married into the family?
Gotcha. Have you tried talking to your own family about your situation, or did um, yeah, have you tried talking to them?
Look, I've tried everything out there. I've tried talking to my mother-in-law. I've tried talking to my husband. I've tried talking to my own parents who have their own way of handling things. And you
Hmm.
know what? I'm just ready at this point to throw in the towel and just be done with it and just be that quiet wife who supports her husband because nothing seems to be
Yeah.
working. So I thought maybe you'd have some other ideas to help me with the situation, but I don't know now.
Well, at least you made the attempt to be the bigger person and try to push make the situation better over the holidays and trying to get a better understanding with your in-laws and with your husband as well to get a better understanding on how you two are going to actually work if you are going to work as a married couple and how you're going to put your differences aside for the sake of family because that's the most important thing around the holiday season
Hmm.
is family. And if what you're saying is you don't fit in, you're not going to have a good time enjoying the holidays. And by having that negativity on you, it's just going to make the situation with Logan that much worse because he's going to feed off your energy and the in laws are going to feed off that energy. So it's just going to be a huge mess.
Like, look, it's just that with whatever I try to do, nothing seems to be working. And that's what's kind of putting me down,
Hmm.
especially because the holidays are supposed to be family,
Hmm.
togetherness. And it sounds a bit cliche, but there's that family spirit where everyone's happy. And I can't even have a conversation with my mother in law or with my husband without my mother in law finding out. So I'm just ready to throw in the towel and just be done with everything. And I'll always, I guess, feel weird with his side of the family because nothing I do seems to be done right.
Well, it sounds like you're getting on the right track. If you would like to come back and discuss some of this some more and more in depth, and maybe even one time bringing Logan so we could have like a group session so you could back off of each other and put some of these techniques into use in another setting that's not with the mother-in-law or your house where it's a neutral setting.
Okay, I actually think that's a good idea, and I'm kind of willing to give it a try. I know with him here, we'll be both. able to be heard. So I think that would be a good idea, but it's just trying to convince him. But I think that would be a good start.
Yeah, that sounds like if you're willing to do it, then I am more than happy to help you do it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for seeing me today.
You're welcome.